doing today? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So today is Halloween. This is gonna be a really spontaneous video. I just thought I'd film it for fun, like, why not? This is my frat party got shut down by the cops horror story thing, and it felt fitting to post it on Halloween, so that's why you're getting an extra video this Monday. But if you guys enjoy seeing my face twice a week, let me know down in the comments so I can kind of set myself up for a different schedule. This is my costume. The feathers are... I am a peacock, but without further ado, let's just get into the video. So, everyone was going out on Friday night because in college, you party Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday's a rest day, apparently. But my roommate and I, the one I did the best friend tag with, she's also my best friend. I'm just gonna refer to her as Shayna from now on because it's easier to say that, plus that's what I call her all the time, so why wouldn't I? So it's Friday, right? And Shayna and I haven't gotten costumes yet. We were literally so last minute. I kind of wanted to be Pikachu. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get like a yellow t-shirt, maybe like wear black tights with black shorts or something, and then I'll be Pikachu, blah blah blah. I'll paint like red on my cheeks and I'll be good to go. I didn't realize it was gonna be so hard to find just a regular like yellow t-shirt. Apparently it's really hard, and I don't know, I just didn't have the motivation to like make ears so last minute. I'm not a DIYer, I can't DIY things. At this point I didn't really have any idea on what I wanted to be, so I was just kind of wandering around the store like, what do I do? And then I stumbled across this and this and just like whipped together a peacock outfit basically. So Shayna ended up being Harley Quinn and I ended up being a peacock. Totally unrelated. We probably should have collaborated somehow, but we didn't. So then it was time for the actual party. We left at around 8:30 to go look for this place, and it wasn't that far away. It was like 10 minutes away from our dorm hall, but still there was a lot of walking involved and I'm not a walker. We finally show up to this frat house and Shayna and I got too nervous to go up to the person to ask if we could go in. So we were kind of creepily like standing outside the door just like, so you want to go up first or should I do it? And no one really wanted to go up and talk to this guy because he's dressed in like a king suit and he's super tall and he's like watching the door, you know, and he's like... We got really nervous, but eventually I walked up to the guy and he was like, are you a Katie? I didn't really know how to respond. I was like, I'm not Katie, no. And he totally meant a sorority, not like a name. I thought he was talking about like, are you Katie? And I was like, no, I'm not Katie. And he said, we're only letting Katies in until 10. Mind you, we got there at like 8:30, so we still had a really long time until the party actually started. So we get back to the dorm and it's like, we have to wait another hour before we leave. We left? I don't know what time we ended up leaving. We left at around 9:30, I think, so we could get there. So now we actually show up to the party, and this is where it gets like really weird and super interesting at the same time. There's like this huge horde of people standing outside, like little pods of people all over the place, and a lot of them were girls mixed with boys. There was a guy who was like dressed as the Joker, like he had white face paint on and black eyes. Like not black eyes, but you know, like black makeup all over his eyes. He stood up and was like, attention everyone, if you're a boy, basically you're not getting in unless you are like pre-certified and have a wristband. And if you're a girl, come on in. Like, that's how it worked. So we're standing there and we're getting tossed around because there's like drunk people everywhere at this point. And they're like moving everyone around and I'm getting run into. And this girl physically like, she was trying to get to her friends and I guess I was in the way. She physically grabbed me and shoved me over. So I'm just standing there innocently waiting and she's just like, ugh. They would start vacuuming. Oh my god. Sorry if the vacuum sound bothers you because apparently it's vacuum time. So they start letting people in and all the guys are standing outside like, oh my god, this sucks. And all the girls are like rushing towards the door trying to get in, like shoving everyone out of the way. It was so bizarre. And we finally get in and you have to write your name down. I don't know why you have to write your name down, but we did. And then you could get let in. And there's like these really thin there was this really thin stairwell as soon as you walked in. We had to walk up and then there was like this little balcony thing where you could go into a door. And then another stairwell. And then there was just a bunch of doors everywhere that would probably lead to like the boys' rooms and whatnot, but we were heading towards the dance floor area. And holy cow, did it smell horrible in there. Like, As soon as you walked into the building, you felt sticky. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. I wasn't in there for more than 30 seconds and I felt sticky and like my lungs felt like musky and I couldn't breathe. And it just smelled like rotten booze, and like the weed didn't come until later in the night. But eventually there was like really powerful weed scents and just a whole bunch of drug scents going on. Too much for my little innocent brain to handle. So we're trying to navigate these thin, narrow hallways that are literally like this wide. And you've got like over 100 people trying to navigate this little tiny hallway all together, all at once. Like, there's no waiting. So you're getting pushed up against the wall, and there's sweaty people who have been there for a while, like rubbing up against you, getting their sweat on your sweat, and then everyone's sweating, and it's like a huge sweat party, and it's really gross. Everyone's totally just like blasted. There's this loud music coming from the dance hall. And we finally make it to the dance room, and like it's packed with people, and like there was this one girl on the wall just totally feeling herself. We kept making eye contact at least like 4 times because it's like a train wreck. You don't want to look, but you kind of have to look. So I'm standing there just super uncomfortable, like making eye contact with her while she's like and the music's so loud, and everyone's drinking, and everyone's just like totally into themselves, half naked. Like, so much grinding and so much kissing was happening. You couldn't even like get a drink if you wanted to because all of the red Solo cups were like used and just on the table, and like people were just coming up and taking tequila bottles and taking them for themselves. I pictured it being completely different. I thought frat parties were gonna be like, you were able to like go up to someone and start talking to them and then like communicate. There was gonna be some lights on, but there was gonna be music playing, you know, like the typical movie scene where it's like you just gotta stand there and wait for someone to come up and talk to you. That was not the case at all. Like, even if someone wanted to come up and talk to you, you couldn't, because the music was way too loud, it was way too dark, everyone was drunk out of their minds, and it was like you were packed into a tiny room that smelled like sweat and booze, and everyone's grinding on each other, and there's so much sweat everywhere. It was totally not what I expected. I didn't talk to anyone, by the way, except there were some people who were totally drunk, but from my high school, and they came up, and I've never talked to them, or I've talked to them like I've said hi or something, which is, I don't see myself doing that because I'm not a person to just go hi. I'm just like a person, you know? And they would come up to me and be like, oh my god, hi! Like, I've known them forever, and I'm just like, hi, oh my god, it's so good to see you. Oh my god, you look so good. Good to see you. I'm gonna be that way. But the fun doesn't stop there. So we're standing there, totally just like out of our element. Everyone's like, and the most I could do is just be like. So after like, we were only at this party for 30 minutes, mind you, so all this happened in a span of 30 minutes. The same Joker guy who told everyone to leave came up and said, basically, there's a girl who got sick outside, so no one panic, but the cops are here, and we need you all to stay in this room. It's gonna be okay. She's just got sick outside and needed the cops to come, so they're outside. We're just gonna hang low for a second. No one panic. So of course, everyone starts being like, oh, gotta leave. And Shane and I are standing there like, oh great, are we gonna get busted for not even drinking and not even having that great of a time? Awesome! So we stand there and there's no music playing, and everyone that was like really dedicated to this party was staying in the room, and everyone else was like, nope, thank you, not gonna get caught by the cops today. And the same Joker comes back and he's like, I need you all not to freak out, but the cops are asking us nicely if we can all leave. Don't go out the front door, and don't go out these certain doors. Like, don't make a scene, just leave the house quietly and leave your drinks in here. And everyone is in the hallway. And by everyone, I mean everyone. So I thought I was a squish sausage before in those tiny hallways. I'm a squish sausage even more. And we're trying to navigate these halls, and I'm trying to find an like outdoor, because I didn't think you could go out the way we came in, but apparently you could, and I found that out like 5 minutes later. And everyone's just like squished against each other, and I have the like dirty grubby sweat all over me, and I'm like, oh my god, I wasn't even having a good time, and now I'm like claustrophobic. So eventually everyone starts moving in the hallway. We got some movement going. I had to like swerve on some people, walk down a bunch of stairs, and we just left through the door that we came in. and went on our merry little way out the door and walked past this girl who got sick and totally had the cops called on the party and shut it down. Yeah, we were there for 30 minutes. It was a 30-minute frat party experience that was really weird. I have footage from my Snapchat that if I can figure out how to put it in here, I'll put it in here right now. You couldn't really see anything. It was just super crowded. The music was really loud and it was really sweaty smelling and so much grossness. Ew, I felt bleh. So yeah, that was my frat party got busted by the cops story. I hope it was interesting for you. I don't know if it was or not. Please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and let me know that you want to see more videos from me, and be sure to subscribe down below if you want to. It would mean a lot to me. I can't believe we're almost at 100,000 subscribers. Like, I'm so excited I could do a dance. Wait, let me do a dance. But yeah, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see me once a week or twice a week. It would be really appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!